The holders, Liverpool, out of the Carabao Cup. 3 goals smashed past them by Manchester City in what was a dominant performance from Pep Guardiola's men. Yes, 2 goals from Liverpool, very much against the run of play. There are only 2 shots on target throughout the entirety of the game. It provided them with a lifeline. It gave them the opportunity to maybe take this into penalties late on. But Man City, with a better team throughout, the dominant team throughout, should have put this game to bed. And there was some scintillating stuff from the blue half of Manchester, no doubt about it. But the holders are out. Less chance of a trophy again this year. The Premier League title was done and dusted, over. The Carabao Cup is over. And a very important night for Manchester City, because their Premier League title was in massive jeopardy and they only care about winning trophies, the only commodity that matters in football. So they really put on a performance tonight, gave some of their World Cup stars an opportunity to blow the cobwebs away. And you kind of look at the performance and think to yourself that the Mahrezes of this world, the KDBs, the Haalands, look ready for the relaunch of the Premier League this forthcoming weekend after the festivities of Christmas. But of course, I want to get your take. I want your views. I want your opinions. I want to know what you are thinking and feeling. Make sure like buttons are smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. But it was an entertaining game. That's what I will say. Entertaining game. Those 2 goals against the run of play from Liverpool really kind of, gave us a feeling of maybe this could go, maybe we can get a little bit of penalty shootouts here. Maybe there'll be a little, kept the jeopardy in the game, as it were. It really did do that. But the better team won. There's no shadow of a doubt. The better team won on the night. Of course, Liverpool, nowhere near their full strength team. And I know City fans will argue that they had, Cole Palmer and Lewis and a few others starting in this game as well. Liverpool, massively under strength. We kind of get that. And they're on their way fighting back. But still, you want to win these trophies. You want to win these trophies, and they're all important. And it was a disappointing display, really, from them. 7 shots to 18. 43% to 56% possession, as an example. I don't know how many chances Liverpool actually created, actual chances, 7 to 14 out the entirety of the game. It's an absolute landslide. An absolute landslide it is. 10:30, I believe, the draw will happen, and we'll let you know. And we'll let you know about that as and when it comes on. I'm going to make it sure it's on my screen right now, actually. Bear with me a second. I'm going to get that back up on my screen and make sure the sound is off. There we go. Let's have a look at some of your comments here. We have a super chat that says, first one says, I forgot how poor Liverpool's side is until tonight. They need a new starting 11. Nearly as most of them are past it, but Nunez is shocking. I will say this about Darwin Nunez tonight. I have to say this about Darwin Nunez. I can't not do it. Yes, he got the assist from Mo Salah's goal. So sort of on a stats point of view, that will help him. He'll probably get a 7 or an 8 on most applications that show you a rating. But Darwin Nunez tonight with 2, and I can't say it any other way, 2 disgusting misses. Disgusting misses. A player at the valuation of 70+ million, a player that is a record signing for your club, has to finish those opportunities. Has to bury those opportunities. Put it into the bottom corner. No VAR. There's no flag. Nothing to relax. Take your shot. Darwin Nunez tonight. Disaster. Disaster. City this season have no idea how to defend, has 0 protection from the midfield, and has 0 balance to them. They leak goals like a sleeve. Do you know what's interesting about it? Look, I've told people all year that Man City are gettable. Not beatable, gettable. You will create chances against them. You will create openings against them. It's how good you are in that circumstance. And as bad as Liverpool were tonight, as poor as they were going forward, they still scored twice against this Manchester City team who, by and large, Laporte and Kanji started this game. Yes, they had Lewis starting in the right back role, and they'll add Walker back to that position. But it was very strong. De Bruyne, Gundogan, Rodri in midfield, Palmer, Haaland, Mahrez. It was almost full strength. And they brought onto the pitch Silva, Grealish, Stones, Foden. No excuses from them. It wasn't a great performance. You're absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on in relation to saving that. Behave Terry, he played well. Salty as Nunez chose a bigger club. We weren't poor. It was a good game. Darwin Nunez was poor today. His job is to score goals. He had two brilliant opportunities and he dragged it wide each time. If you don't condemn that, you're creating mediocrity at your club. Facts, point blank facts. I think he's a talented player. I'm not going to judge his entire career based on one game, but tonight, Darwin Nunez was shocking. Ola. He was shocking. Those two chances take away all the other things that he did because they were, especially the second one. That second one, world-class strikers score. £70 million strikers score. He has to bury it, my friend. He has to bury it. And you say rubbish. Explain to me why. Don't just say rubbish. That's not an argument. Explain why, my friend. Explain. Explain why, my friend. Liverpool is still better than the rest of the EPL. I'm saying this as a United fan. That's fair enough. I mean, I'm still predicting Liverpool to come third this season, but they were poor tonight. They were poor tonight. Mark says Liverpool were bad, but we can't forget how this City team's defense conceded so many chances. If Liverpool had a better striker, they could have won. This is true. And I think both things are true at exactly the same time. There's no doubt about it. Lord here says Nunez is shit. That guy is not a player. KDB is the word. KDB, 5 keeper. Listen, KDB tonight, he looks so happy to be away from Belgium, away from those old-ass players, away from Roberto Martinez. He loves them triangles. He loves those patterns. Man was so happy to be back in England, back in Manchester, playing for Pep Guardiola. He looked at home again. If Nunez takes his chances, Liverpool win this game. Yeah, but if City take their other chances, they score even more than Liverpool. But I get your point. Nunez, remember, right? Nunez had 4 shots today, 4 shots on goal. Only one, none of them on target. 1 blocked, 3 off target. Shocking performance from Nunez. Absolutely shocking, really. Nunez needs some German knocks. He misses sitters. Is what Dwayne's got. So how are you doing, Dwayne? Long time no speak, my friend. Long time no speak. 3, not 2. I don't know what you mean. Explain what you mean to me. This guy been capping. Dawn needs sending back, as in Darwin needs sending back. Has Olu come back to us yet, people? I don't think Olu has. Where are you, Olu? Simon Sheffield says some of those Man City players, the older and material ones, locked up. Sorry, let me read this again. Some of those Manchester City players, the older and material ones, locked up, solely shattered. Arsenal's young squad. Are you saying like your young squad's going to beat those old men? I think that's what you're trying to say there. Terry, no one watches Man United videos. Oh, that's not my fault. Salty people. But there we go. We are not Darwin haters. If you buy a player for 100 million euros, you should show up. You should show up. You know how bad that look for all the money is what Alexandra has got to say. Terry, stop hating. Didn't you say the performance didn't matter if you win? Liverpool didn't win. Liverpool didn't win. I don't know what you're talking about. And when it comes to City, that isn't what I've always said, by the way. In individual matches, performances don't matter as long as you win. But over a period of time, when it comes to assessing how good or bad a team is, sustainability counts. And if you're consistently conceding opportunities, which Man City have all season, and there's a team that you're competing against, or 2 teams or 3 teams that are not conceding the volume of chances that you are, they will finish above you. That's why Arsenal are 5 points clear in the league. If you're talking about City, if you're talking about Liverpool, they didn't win, so their performance means nothing. in the cold, hard light of day. Terry, honestly, this Man City side has declined substantially since 2018-19. They look less dominant, less controlled, less lethal for a while, even going back to last season. Well, it's normal, isn't it? Because all teams will have a peak and all teams will drop off from that peak. They always have and they always will. They always have and they always will. That's kind of normal, Abdul, to be fair with you, to be fair. Lay off the spiked eggnog before sending your comments in, people. I appreciate that, Josh. As I say, make sure like buttons are being smashed and you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. We're going to take some calls now. We're going to get Zane on to have his say. I want to hear what Zane's got to say. Cup team Liverpool out of the cup that they were defending. When he turns his mic off or shows his face, I'll get him on. What do you think of Palmer's game? I thought Palmer played well. That was that terrible miss from him early on. Terrible miss from him early on in the game. I thought overall he played well. Some good skills, some good silks. But I wanted to see a little bit more from him. How old is he now, Palmer? I don't actually know about looking. 20 years of age. So he's getting to that point where he's still a youngster. Yes, he is. But I wanted to see more. He was up against old man Milner, who went off. And then up against Gomez. I wanted to see a little bit more from him, but he did okay, is what I'd say about Cole Palmer tonight. I thought he did okay. Less dominant, who won the league 4 times in 5 years. Yeah, but Blue, what he means is dominant in games, conceding opportunities and chances. That's all he means. But they're still the best team around. There's no doubt, or have been over the last 4 or 5 years. I wouldn't say Nunez. I wouldn't say it's Nunez' only bad game. He did not look that great in the last couple of games he played, but I do think he's a good striker. When he finds his feet, all players drop of a certain state. Listen, I think there's still a player in there with Darwin Nunez. I'm not writing him off, but tonight those misses were shocking because they were gilt edge, bona fide chances, and he scuffed them. Man scuffed them. And you will know I'm talking the truth here. Zane's here with me now. What are you saying, Zane?
Yeah, Terry, how you doing, bro? You good?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. What did you make of Liverpool's performance tonight?
It was what I was expecting, to be fair. I mean, obviously, we've been poor this season, had a good end to the break, but coming against Man City with the players we've got at the moment, especially at midfield, like I keep telling you, the midfield was surely looking today. You can see how De Bruyne just bossed it, and you think, okay, Rodri was doing his thing, and it was expected. But like I said, overall, I was more interested in seeing the injured players coming back, if I'm honest, right? So came back on and he looked all right. So I'm hoping he finally delivers before he probably leaves at the end of the season. And to be fair, Oxlade had a lot of energy, some driving runs. Obviously, he's not played much, so he's got to get his match touch and fitness back. But those are the good things. But the main things I want to call out. One with the Darwin Nunez and all these people making up noise. Look, he didn't dictate that price. And I said from the start, this season is a free pass for him just because he's not a fully developed footballer. We all know that we came in, took him because he's a promising talent, nothing fully developed. So the only thing I'll say to people is, yeah, he needs to work on his finishing, but he's got this season to do it. But one thing I would say is I'd rather have a player being on the end of chances and doing something, all right, he's missing them, than a player that has no impact to the game. You know, there's players that don't even notice it on the pitch. So give brother till next season, and then let's see. Because come on, the things he needs to work on are things a football club should be able to fix, like shooting, like passing. Do you know what I mean? The other stuff that he does naturally, like create havoc, get into space, head of defenders, and get the first. That is what is the price you pay for a good quality striker, is that ability, right? You can teach someone to shoot pass, right? Look at Salah. He couldn't pass for 2 years when he first came back. Now look at him. So let's relax on that. But ultimately, I think the reason why we lost the game today, Gomez, his time's done, bro. He just switches off too much. Ain't got the energy for that anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're sort of done. Canate is levels above you, bro, already, man. even today, it was disappointing that some of the goals are down to him. But the other one is Harvey Elliott. I rate Carvalho over more than a brother. Do you know why? Because there's a main product there, bro.
Zane, I want to interject. Your connection's really off tonight. It's like jittering and stuff. What are you using different?
What is it? Is it cutting out or is it my screen?
No, it's like your mic's cutting out and it's like repeating itself. It's weird.
Oh, mate, I ain't telling this for a time, man. But yeah, I just want to say quickly then, Harvey Elliott, he needs to be rested and let someone else go in there because Carvalho has end product. All right, he's frustrating, but he still scored goals. Where Harvey Elliott, I'm struggling with the end product, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you on that. Zane, I appreciate you calling in, mate.
Man.
And we'll have a chat with you again soon. Top man. Yeah, sorry. His mic, I think it might be his mic playing up a little bit. I get you with Harvey Elliott. Like, he was poor again tonight. He was poor again tonight. There's no doubt about it. It just did nothing. And Harvey Elliott is one of these individuals that will pass the eye test, but does nothing. You know, didn't move the needle. I understand he's up against some really good players. Let's not get it twisted. He's up against some really good players, but he had a shocker of a performance. And I know he had the bad ankle injury and everything else, but he's been back a year. And I would expect to see a player of his age starting to, he's 19, but I would expect to see him moving on. I would expect to see some performance. I can't remember the last time in an important game where I saw Harvey Elliott look like a player that could change the direction that Liverpool were going in. I don't remember it. And he's played a lot of games. I'm going to guess now and say he must have played 30 games, 40 games for Liverpool. I mean, I could be wrong. But I swear like he's played 30 to 40 games. And I would expect a player that's had that many first-team games to have more of an impact. I'm looking here now for Liverpool. 42 games. What a guess. 30 to 40, like I said. 32 games. I mean, he's had 90 professional games in his career now. 58. Sorry, 98. 90. Sorry, I can't even read properly. 89 games. I expect more from him now. I really do. Elliott just scored 2 Champions League goals. Right? What are you saying? What does that mean? Darren Gibson scored Champions League goals for Man United, but he weren't good enough. Liverpool Football Club have such a high pedigree. Liverpool Football Club have such a high standard. Liverpool Football Club have such a high ceiling that I personally can't accept it'll come good in the end. No, he's got to be good enough now. He can improve, but the starting point, you've got to be good enough. That's the standard Liverpool have set. Liverpool need to freshen up their midfield. Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez would fix it. They absolutely would. And if Liverpool went and signed Enzo and Jude Bellingham, Harvey Elliott doesn't kick a ball. He becomes a side piece. He becomes a side piece overnight. And Liverpool fans know it. Stop defending him and creating mediocrity and call it out. Harvey Elliott is not good enough. Joe Gomez was shocking. Don't know what's happened to the lad. The regression was pretty evident during the game. Yeah. I mean, he's again, another player that just had so much promise for Liverpool, but just hasn't gone on to that next level. 110%. Not true, Terry. So, Ron, you're telling me that a fit Jude Bellingham and a fit Enzo, and you're going to see regular game time from Harvey Elliott? Come on now. Harvey Elliott doesn't sniff a game with those two around. He becomes a rotation player. He becomes part of the squad, but he is not a first-team fixture when everybody's fit. He'll get rotated in here and there, but you are not, Ron, you're lying to yourself now. Harvey Elliott isn't on their level. He isn't on their level. Come on now. You know that, Ron. We do, Ron. We do, Ron. Ron, you know it, son. You don't have to lie to yourself. you're not a better Liverpool fan for protecting mediocrity. You're not a better fan of your football club for not saying the truth. Harvey Elliott is good, but he is not of the level to make Liverpool title winners again. Jude Bellingham, Enzo, players of that standard are needed. Terry, be honest, would you pay 100 million plus for a player that's just joined a club for 15 million 4 months ago? But yes and no, it depends how good he is. In this era, with commerciality on players, we get our minds twiddled into thinking 100 million pounds is too much. There is over 500% more money in the game from when players like Wayne Rooney were going for 30 million pounds. I looked at an inflation calculator recently that says Wayne Rooney would now cost 165 million pounds. So if there's a Jude Bellingham going for 80 million, comparatively that's cheap. That's like buying Wayne. That's like Wayne Rooney costing. That's like when Wayne Rooney was 30 million. That's like buying an up and coming midfielder for what? Half that almost. That's like buying someone for 15 million pounds in that same era. Our minds are being befuddled because the inflation within football is much beyond that of inflation in real life, and that's bloody high enough as it is. 100 million pounds nowadays for a player is not a colossal amount of money when you look at how much money clubs are turning over. You've got to do the math. Stop listening to the journalists and listen to the financial experts. I've been saying, Abdul, you watch all my fucking videos. You know what I'm talking about. Stop listening to the people moaning about the money in the game and follow the money trail. 80 million pounds for a midfielder in 2022 is the same as paying 15 million pounds for a top-class midfielder 20 years ago. We've got to stop going, oh, Rooney only cost 27 million. How can Bellingham be worth 80? Because you're not taking into consideration natural inflation within an industry that has seen over 500% growth in money. We can't ignore that. When you ignore it, this is what happens. Terry, can Jude and Enzo play every game in a cram season? No, and like I just said, Ron, Harvey Elliott would play games. But for you to even think for a moment that Harvey Elliott is on the same planet as Jude Bellingham or Enzo, you're a madman, Ron. Are you Ron, like Ronald McDonald? Are you a clown? You can't be. No Liverpool fan worth his salt would say, listen, I know there are certain people that are part of communist Merseyside that will tell you that Harvey Elliott is as good as Messi. He's the new Gerrard. But he ain't. They're lying to you. He isn't. Dom Husam joining me now to have you say, long time no speak, brother. How are you?
Crap. How else will I be, Terry? Hi, welcome to hell, ladies and gentlemen. Big up the terrace, by the way. It's been a while since I've been here. It's just been extremely hectic with the World Cup.
In fairness, I wasn't far away from you. I was out there in Qatar, living my best life in the Middle East, loving it out there, brother. I really was. It was my first time in that region of the world, and it wasn't like I was told it would be. It was brilliant. I had a great time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Look, man, welcome to hell. Welcome to hell back again. I miss being Argentinian. I miss the World Cup. I was Argentinian. I was a winner. I was a winner at the World Cup. I did this. I did this at the end. I did this at the end of the competition because I won. Because I chose a team that wins. And now I'm back to being a loser again, simply by supporting Liverpool Football Club. This is the shit that I have to deal with. Today's performance. No excuses. No excuses. There is no good teams left in the Carabao Cup except United, so it would have been an easier trophy to win than before. I'm not hearing this whole Carabao Cup doesn't matter. I wanted to win it. It mattered. I 100% wanted to win it. And now we're out of the Carabao Cup. This is the lovely stuff that we have caused upon ourselves due to the arrogance and the negligence and all the lovely stuff that you spoke about. Communist Merseyside attacking the likes of me for saying we need someone. Today, as you know, I do YouTube. Content creators. I looked at the comment section for 3 seconds after a City goal kick, and then I look back on the screen and it's a Haaland 1-on-1. Is it that easy to create chances against us? Is it that easy? From a goal kick to a City 1-on-1, just like that? That's not normal. Today, people letting us down. Joe Gomez How is Nat Phillips better than you? How is not Nathaniel Phillips played better than Joe Gomez? He's out here sleeping. Oh, I only have Haaland behind me. Let me take a quick nap while the most dangerous striker in the Premier League scores a goal. Let me just take a quick nap. And the third goal, pathetic goal to concede. Short corner and everyone falls asleep. Kevin De Bruyne, fantastic cross. I'm not taking anything away from the cross, but that entire back line, everyone falls asleep and just lets Ake score a goal. And today, one of the people, they love defending this guy, Darwin Nunez. Fantastic. I'm negative. I have an agenda. I'm plastic, whatever it is. Darwin Nunez today missed 4 chances to score a goal. We did not sign a £64 million player just so he can cause chaos and create chaos. When you pay 64 million British pounds for a striker, you expect him to score goals. This could have been 3-3 if he scored 1 out of 4. 4-3 if he scored 2 out of 4. I was told at least Husam, he might not be the best at link-up play and the best at holding up the ball, but at least he scores goals. Well, he ain't been scoring goals. So where do we go from here? He's so hit and miss. He's such a raw talent. He's not Liverpool ready. I said this from the start. But no one wanted to listen. No one wants to listen. We need a more complete player. Today, Harvey Elliott, crap. Batsucic needs to go to the gym. All of our academy players just built like an ice cream stick. Just not good, man. I thought Matip had a good game. The only positive I take from this game is Fabinho. Because Fabinho's pre-World Cup form was horrible. Today he came on, made tackles and stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is the Fabinho I'm used to. He was tackling, he was getting involved, he was getting stuck in. I loved Fabinho today. But the rest of them, all of them, not good enough. And by the way, thank God Kelleher's in goal as well, not Adrian, or this could have been another 7-2 right here. This would have been an absolute embarrassment. So today we had one of the easier trophies to win this season. All we had to do was to beat Manchester City, who were tired as well towards the end, who weren't that fully focused. They've got a title race to worry about and shit. And this is it. This January is the most important January transfer window of Klopp's Liverpool career. This is the most, hands down, the most important, because we're at a crossroads. Either now we have to end up doing this whole rebuild crap where we start all over again, or we get 1-2 pieces in January and go and try get top 4, win the Champions League, do whatever the hell. But it's just, and Jordan Henderson, you know, it's beyond an agenda with this guy at this moment. It's just beyond agendas. I just want someone, comment section, I have a challenge for you. Name the last successful Jordan Henderson cross. Even his short crosses are no, like, this guy is simply useless on the football pitch. The players are letting us down. The manager is letting us down. Here we go again. I missed the World Cup. Bring the World Cup back, please. I was so happy in the World Cup. All my furniture was intact. I didn't break anything. I was so happy. And here we are again, just doing the same old shit again, man. I'm so tired of Liverpool, bro. I'm so tired. And now we have Villa and Leicester as well. Unai Emery. That's going to be hell on earth. And we've got Leicester coming to Anfield as well before the transfer window. If we're a serious club, and I'm being serious right now, and I don't give a shit what anyone says, it's illogical or whatever. By January 1st, there's 2 Liverpool players wearing that Liverpool shirt, because shit needs to change. Because this is not good enough. It's not good enough at all, and it's unacceptable. The way we concede chances and all this. It's just so shit, Terry, man. Like, how do you, even you watching the game, you're like, even you watching the game as a Man United fan, you're thinking to yourself, how the fuck do they concede chances so easily? How do we, like, what I just cannot understand how it takes a Man City goal kick 2 seconds to get to our goal. That is illogical. That's not normal. I'm not exaggerating. I'm being dead serious. How? 2 seconds and they're through on goal. That's not normal.
Listen, I feel your pain, and you know, I get called out as being a Liverpool hater when I'm look, I'm a Man United fan, so of course there's an element of me that is, but I know I'm speaking facts. Liverpool may have scored 2 goals tonight, but you were comprehensively dominated and you looked really poor. And I think that it was a worrying sign. I mean, I'm not going to say that you're not going to make the top 4 or anything like that right now. I think there's a lot of football to play, and the January transfer window, as you point out, is key. But I think you saw tonight, you know, the Elliots of this world, the Gomez's, etc. You can't rely on them for one reason or another. They are simply not of the standard you need to push forward. And on Darwin, listen, I think there's a player in there. I think there's a player that can still deliver and do something for Liverpool. But you have to, if you're a Liverpool fan tonight and you're not frustrated and openly admitting they were bad misses, for me, I think you're propping up mediocrity. And I've seen Man United fans do it at our club where you defend, poor quality, poor decision making, poor running of the club. And you create a kind of comfort blanket for these people. And you can't do it. You have to call these things out. You don't need to be nasty. You don't need to be aggressive. You don't need to be disgusting about it. You don't need banners or airplanes flying over with signs on the back. But it was poor tonight in multiple areas. And if I'm a Liverpool fan right now, roll on the January window, and you should be demanding your club is signing those players in the first week, maybe the second week. But going beyond that, you're risking dropping more points and going out of more competitions because, as you know, the same as me, trophies are the ultimate barometer for our football clubs. And without them, we're not the reason that you're Liverpool, we're Man United, compared to everybody else in England, is because we win trophies. So to go
100%.
out and suddenly have fans say, it's only the Carabao Cup. I can't have it. It's a nonsense.
And Terry, as I said earlier on, it was also an easier road to a trophy. This could have been one of the scenarios where, like, remember, I don't know if you remember, like 2-3 years ago, in which City played Watford in the FA Cup final. That could have been us this season. Like, we could have, and the finals played in February. It gives you the extra push as well. Like, we could have easily won this, man. Like, City weren't that unbelievable either. We just missed the chances. We just were horrible defensively. Today, you have no Trent to blame either. I hope now for the rest of the season you understand where I'm coming from. I'm telling you, we concede way too many chances. It's not just Trent. It's the defensive unit that's horrible. It's everyone. So I'm not singling out anyone. It's the unit that's bad.
I did think Trent was terrible tonight, to be fair. What I watched and what I saw of
behave.
I hear that. But this is what I mean. LFC, you never walk alone here, says Terry talking absolute nonsense as usual. But I ain't. I'm not. And you can attack me. You can call me a pejorative as well if you want. You can add anything to that. It's not going to deter me from what I'm saying. Like, this Liverpool team aren't playing well. We missed the World Cup, man. This is from Sarim. He says, now I have to watch this crap. Sarim's a Liverpool fan who's saying that here. I says, Ake is so underrated. Our best World Cup player as well. It's Cup is Dutch. He was good for the goal, but he was massively culpable in Liverpool's second equaliser. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know where he was running, but he was running in the wrong direction. Argentina showed that every team needs a few thugs in midfield and defence. Liverpool looks soft and cute, is what Israel believes. Bellingham would not be going to Liverpool. Yeah, do you think Bellingham would pick you as things stand right now?
Yes, Terry. I have no doubt in my mind that Bellingham's coming to Liverpool, but that doesn't solve our problems. That's a summer transfer window thing. I think regardless of what happens, like, it's just, I think Bellingham's going to end up a Liverpool player, but that's not my worry because you know the thing is, we are in January. I know that, but one thing that people just need to remember for a while here is this is not like any other January because we've only played 14 Premier League games. We've not played half the games or anything. So there's 24 Premier League games left. There's still the Champions League left. There's still the FA Cup left. So there's so much games to worry about. I'm more worried about January. May, I think we get Bellingham, but January is a massive problem now. It's going to be a massive headache, man. But I have no doubt in my mind. I know we're going to get thingy. I know we're going to get
another question for you. If Liverpool and Arsenal are fighting it out for McAllister, who gets him, Liverpool or Arsenal?
If we're listen, respectfully, if we fight Arsenal for any signing, we get that signing. That's number one. Number two, I don't want McAllister. I want his partner, Caicedo. That's who solves our problems, to be honest with you. I'd rather him than McAllister.
There we go. Husam, always appreciate you coming on, bro. I'm sure we'll speak. The Premier League is returning as ever. Nice to chat again, brother. Thanks for your honesty, and we'll speak again soon. Top man. Thank you, bro. Ola here says, Terry, you are Terry. You even claiming I haven't responded to you. I'm 49. Trust me, I've watched our KFC in the 80s till now. We have far better team performances than previous seasons. First game back. Yeah, but I thought you were poor tonight. That's all I'm saying. Like, it may be because you're rusty, but you're still admitting that you're poor in that comment there. But there we go. Listen, my people, I appreciate everybody tuning in to this show. We're back tomorrow with more content for you. Make sure you're liking the show. Hit that like button now. Subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications because the algorithm is not your friend. Without that notification button, or better yet, sign up to the notification group chat where we put all our content into before, during, and after it's gone out. Until next time, my people, look after yourselves. Please take care. Very close to Christmas, so look after yourselves. Bye-bye, and I'll see you all again soon.